Oh, by the bloody Crinoth. Oh, the by the bloody Crinoth. Oh, the by the bloody Crinoth. By the bloody Crinoth, bloody by the ray. Good morning, me old spotted dags. This is Dinkles and Popty Pings. You know the devil, are you? I hope you're well. You joining me this morning after literally 9 minutes, 9 hours and 9 hours and 3 minutes off. We are on the A50 at Derby. I didn't want to park here last night, but beggars couldn't be choosers. Just done my daily walk round checks, we're alright. Yeah, I didn't want to park here last night at all, but beggars can't be choosers. I had to, what's it call it? I was loading at a place in Nottingham yesterday. Last night. And there must have been a major incident in Nottingham because the route I was coming in on was right through towards city centre. What am I doing? Milk. Was right through towards the city centre, and there must have been a major incident because the police, all the emergency services was there, and they'd shut all this big road off going into Nottingham. So we all had to divert round through towards this B road type of thing and down side streets, and it was horrendous, honestly. As you can imagine, traffic was bloody stacked up literally everywhere. Just struggled to get through. So it cost me over an hour in time to try and get through Nottingham. And I was committed, I couldn't find another way out, so I just had to roll with it. The place I was at, I saw another one of our lads after. He said, you should have come down, such and such a thing, you should have come in off the A1. I said, that's all good and well, but I've never been before, do you know what I mean? So I just went. I ended up following El Twaticus Nabicus. It didn't get me in trouble, it took me exactly the right way. There was no restriction, well, apart from an emergency restriction, there was no low bridges or anything. But anyway, this place I loaded at last night, you could not park on this industrial estate. It's a shame, really, and I don't mean to be negative because I'm not a negative person, you know me, I'm not like that, but it's a shame these days that, they keep saying there's a shortage of so many thousand truck drivers and we need more truck drivers on the road and that, but if you're getting short on time and you're loading at an industrial estate, there's signs up everywhere from the local authorities saying no parking at any time. There's no double yellows on industrial estate. But they don't want you parking. Well, there were no double yellows on this part of the industrial estate, but there were signs up and the lad on site said don't park outside here because you'll get fined. They come round here in the night and find you. He said it's not good, like, and I thought that's ridiculous, you know what I mean? You're running out of time, where the hell are you meant to park? So long story short, I had to make my way out of this place, turn left, go back in towards Nottingham, obviously avoiding that other side of the city where I'd come a cropper on with traffic, and then we had to make our way out, don't follow its signs for the M1. I've managed to get in here right up back of this lay-by last night. The first two lay-bys I found was heaving. I couldn't get in. So I've managed to mount the curb on the end of the lay-by and get right in on the back of it. I don't like staying round here because there's a lot of fuel theft goes on round here. And where I've stayed, I always have a little recce when I get out at night. I don't know about you, but I always have a little walk round the wagon just to make sure I've no bust tyres or damage to the vehicle or anything. That way, if there's any soft tyres or I've got a puncture, I can get them called out during the night. But I had a walk round and I looked just at them bushes and I flashed my torch just up them bushes there. Just up them bushes, there's a pathway going up and there's a little I had a walk up and had a look. There's a little tiny back lane and it is tiny and it runs along here. So for me, that's ideal access for Sunday watch thieving. This lad's left his back doors open last night, and he's got beer kegs on by the looks of it. But anyway, I've had a walk. I've done my walk round check this morning. My fuel's still there. There's nothing untoward happened, so happy days. So on this occasion, it looks like we've got away with it. So yeah, there were another 2 trucks in front of this guy last night. This lay-by was rampack solid, but I just managed to get on the very back of it, and I literally had, on a 10-hour drive and a 15-hour day, I literally parked up with 6 minutes remaining. So I've done 14 hours and 54 minutes working time in total, and on a 10-hour drive I think I'd done 8 hours and something or other, I can't mind, on 8 hours and whatever it was. 9 hours and whatever it was, I can't reckon up, it's first thing in the morning. Anyway, we are loading for, we are loading, should I say, for a place near Wrexham at Chirk. Just mindful here. We're loaded for a place near Wrexham at Chirk. Now there's a couple of ways I can go. I had a quick look last night. Right, get over, I'm coming out. There's a couple of ways we can go. I did have a quick look last night. We're going to Chirk, basically. Now, when I was looking last night, I can go down here and pick up the A38, which is L2 Atticus Navicus is trying to take me on. That will then spit me down towards Birmingham, but it'll also put me onto the A5 and the what's it calling? It'll try its best to put me onto the M6 toll, and I don't want that. I'm not going anywhere near M6 toll. Now if I go down the A5, yeah, spot on, that will take me all the way down towards the M54, then I can run on then towards Chirk. But with that thing trying to take me on the M6 toll, I'll have to avoid all that and go all around my arse going through Cannock and everywhere. Windy at various points. So what I think I'm going to do, whether right or wrong, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on the A50 and go all the way down to the M6 at Stoke, and then I'm going to take a left on the M6, go down the M6 south to Junction, can't mind on, the junction for Cannock anyway, Junction 12 I believe it'll be. And then I'm going to bear right, come off at Junction 12, and then I'm going to bear right, and I'm going to pick up the A5 that way, the other side of Cannock. So I'm avoiding going all through Cannock and all around Watling Street and avoiding that low bridge in centre and all that shit. I'm going to pick up the A5 then, and I'm going to run on down through towards Telford, and then pick up the M54 from that way on. Maybe it's longer, I don't know, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I've kind of set my stall out that that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I had the night heater on all night last night, which I've had on quite a lot in this winter time, and it's lovely, but the only thing is it dehydrates me and it wakes me up in the morning. I sometimes have a bit foggy and I have a bit of a headache, and then 5 minutes later my bloody hay fever starts. But yeah, it's you can tell when your fuel's still intact when you wake up in the morning and the night heater's still going, you know what I mean? But it's one of them, it's a chance you take, it's a risk you take, innit? You're parking in laybys, you've nowhere else to park. It's, as I've said to you on many occasions, this job's not glamorous. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's you're seriously running out of time, which is bollocks. I mean, I could have easily ran on a bit further if I had more time. I didn't feel tired, I weren't fatigued, I was perfectly fine for driving, but the law says after so many hours you've got to stop and you've got to have a minimum of 9 hours rest. That's what I had to do last night. nowhere to park and you're trying to get on the back end of a sliver of a bloody lay-by. And yeah, but when I was parked up and having my tea, there was still trucks coming in looking for somewhere to park. It wasn't good, like. So eeny, meeny, miny, more. Do I have to come off here for the A38? And Birmingham?
Prepare to exit left.
Or do I just pray on the way I thought? The way I said on the A50? I'm going to carry on the A50, to be honest. I am. I'm going to carry on down the A50 and I'm going to come to the M6 and I'm going to go down the M6, two junctions. Down the M6 a couple of junctions and then make my way over to Church that way.
Exit left.
That's the M1 Burton upon Trent and Derby. I don't want that way because, like I say, it will take me towards. It will try its best.
100 feet. Exit left.
It will try its best to spit me out onto the M6 toll road, and I don't want that. And the A5 from there on is the right way that I want to go, but it'll run me all round my arse and windy all the way around through towards Cannock.
After a mile, enter the roundabout and take the second exit.
And there is a low bridge in Cannock as well, which you've got to go round and skirt round and avoid. So I'm just going to go this way. You might be screaming at your computer now saying, "Oh, Borothea, you thought you was a truck driver, you're a bell end, you know what you want to do." No, I'm going to go down towards the M6, and then, like I say, swing a left. Just mindful of someone coming down. It's a truck. Just coming down this slip road here. Just see it through trees. Should get out before us, but no, it's a van. It's the SAS man and his van, and somebody's nicked his Christmas tree lights last night. At the time now, by the way, it's 5:20 in the morning. Yeah, it was gone 8 o'clock last night when I got parked up, basically. But no, the job's a piece of piss. I enjoy the job. It's easy. It's just when you've not been to. I mean, I've not been to every single site in the UK. There's always places I don't know and I've not been to. So I had a look. Yeah, that's the way in. There was another way in off the A1, but I thought, nah, this one will get me in fine. No bother, no restrictions. Little did I know that one particular road, a bad accident, fucks job up, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But I've no idea what had gone on. But you would hope everyone would be alright, but when they kind of shut a major road like that and shut all the vicinity around it, you know something bad's happened, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Might not have been an accident, it might have been a bloody road collapse or something, who knows, but it didn't look good, like. Right, you know, that's where we're at. It is what it is. So we got parked up, 6 minutes remaining. I had my tea. I'd spoke to my wife while I was looking for this lay-by, that lay-by last night. And yeah, Stoke-on-Trent A50, that's where we're going. I'd spoke to my wife on phone last night. I had my tea when I got parked up. And I've had 9 hours and 3 minutes off. And you're straight back at it. You're finishing in the dark, you're waking up in the dark. Welcome to winter time, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah, there's no point moaning. Nobody forced me to do this job. I enjoy the job on the whole. I love it. I do enjoy the job. So I'm not complaining in that sense. But I do think that there should be better facilities available, more parking available for truck drivers. It's getting ridiculous at the moment. It really is. Everybody wants what you've got on the back of your truck, but nobody wants to cater for you or accommodate you. Do you know what I mean? these people on this site I was at last night were good, they were nice. But it's the local authorities what's coming round. It's the local councils what's coming round the industrial estate ticketing at night time though when your curtains are closed. That's your coward's trick, that, isn't it? Instead of just waiting for you, knocking on and saying, excuse me, can you shift, you can't park here, otherwise we're going to put a ticket on. They wait till you fucking close your curtains. Driver's probably already out of time as it is. Wait till he's closed his curtains, then slap a ticket on. Secretively, silent in the dark, and tiptoeing off into shadows like a coward. Ridiculous. I'm just going to come off that gas because this guy's struggling to get past me in this double decker. There's already a line of traffic lining up behind him. So all these laybys here would have been full to bursting last night. Yeah, so I've just come off that gas just a couple of miles an hour. Lets him in then and it frees up all this traffic because there is a little line of traffic building up behind him. We're in no rush. We've all day play at night. We've 9 hours and 50 minutes for play at night driving time. I have 2 10-hour drives left. I used one last night, one yesterday obviously. I've got one left. Ideally I want to save that for Friday. I always try and save a 10-hour drive for Friday and an 11-hour shift if I can. Sorry, a 15-hour shift if I can. It's first thing in the morning. I don't like using 15-hour shifts, but you never know. You could end up on the Friday with something like that, what happened yesterday, and you need a 15 and a 10-hour drive to get you home. So I always try and save one. So ideally today's Thursday, I'm going to be working a 13-hour shift. I've actually done 2 15 hours this week. So I'm going to be doing a 13-hour shift today, regardless by hook by crook in a 9-hour drive. And I won't have anything else. Very glad. But hey, things happen. You know what I mean? You can never be too sure, can you? Yeah, they reckon I mean, a lad I know got done. I don't know whether it was that same lay-by, but a lad I know got done a few weeks ago with fuel on the A50 there. Lost a full tank. I mean, I like the guy, you know what I mean, but I do think to myself, why the hell did you fill up with a full tank when you knew you was going to have to park or something like that? I didn't fill up yesterday, but I've got 45% fueling, so we need to fill up at some point, but not till later on. This will well get us to church. We'll fill up later on. So I'm bearing down on this guy. I'm just going to put a signal on because I'm going to come and overtake him. He's just joined, obviously. I'm not calling out mirrors as such, I am looking in them, but I'm not calling them out as such, and that's not because of the comments I had the other day, it's just because it's first thing in the morning and we've just been talking about something else, you know what I mean? I'm not full of la 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 this morning, it's a bit early, isn't it, you know what I mean? I'm gently waking you. I'm wide awake now. But I didn't half feel a bit groggy this morning, you know, just a bit of headache. I think it's that night heater. It kind of sucks all the moisture out of the air, doesn't it? And I just wake up a little bit groggy, me, and a little bit bloody headache, like. I try if I can. If I'm on secure parking, I'll leave my window open a couple of inches, and that seems to help. But middle of nowhere in a lay-by, I'm not leaving my windows up. Every night time, bollocks to that. They say you don't know who's hanging about, and when I had a look last night, just up the heads line, it was an unofficial path. It was well walked, and you could see where people had walked up and had a shit. But it looked like a fence line, so I went up and had a look. I could see fence line. I went up and had a look with my torch out, obviously, so I didn't stand in anybody else's shite. Anyway, that led on to a little back road, and it was only a tiny little thing, single single track, but there was road signs on it, so it was a public road. So it'd be easy for somebody to come down here at night time, who know the area quite well, drop two lads off and go and do a loop. By the time they've done a loop, they've getting a couple of big barrels, they run a pipe down. That embankment, push your cap off, however they do it. I don't know how they do it, but they do it silently. They're very skilled at what they do. Push your cap off, you can't hear the pump, because the electric pump's up the top. They've just got a pipe coming down, straight into your diesel tank. You don't even hear a thing, and it's sucked out it's siphoned out probably within a minute or two. I think gone are the days now where they're sucking the actual thing with a hose pipe and siphoning it out. Them days are gone, you know what I mean? It's all sophisticated now. It's electric pump on a battery. It'll be a battery, you know, car battery or something, wired to an electric pump at the top of the hill there. 50 metres of hose, or 100 metres, whatever. 50 metres of hose and do it. Straight down into your tank. Mushroom jobs are good. Well, all they need to do then is walk along that road and just do one for me and that one in front of me, then wrap their equipment up, go back up the embankment, walk further down the road, come back down from to the side. They do all lay-by, do you know what I mean? But if they're active, they'll do every lay-by. Within the space of 10 minutes, that entire lay-by could be done. They know what they're doing, they're sophisticated. They're thieving bastards, but you know, in their eyes, they're doing night shift, they're doing a night's graft, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous though, isn't it? That you can't feel safe to park up after doing your job. This country's terrible for it. Right on, we dropped lucky. We didn't fill up last night because I knew it was going to be a lay-by, so we never fill up of a night time if we're going to be parking up in a lay-by. And it's the roulette, isn't it? It's the chance you take. I took every reasonable precaution I could. At the end of the day, if it's your turn, it's your turn. If you're going to get done, you're going to get done. I'm 24 mile off the M6. As I say, you might have been screaming at your laptop or your computer or your phone before saying, no, you want to go that way, head towards the M1, then you pick up the Blardy Brad and fiddly-eyed and diddly-umpty-tighto. I had a look at that, I had a look at that route, down the A38, to the A5, I did have a look at that. When I planned it on Google Earth, it was trying to take me onto the M6 toll. I know I could have got onto the A5 and stayed on the A5 and skirted all around the M6 toll and gone all around Cannock, but it's 5:30 in the morning now. By the time I'm getting down there, you're talking 6 o'clock. People start coming alive. The towns start coming alive. Them roads down there are fucking horrendous. It's bottleneck traffic. So I thought, better option for me, carry on down the A50 to the M6, turn left on the M6, drop down 2 junctions. Drop down 2 junctions to Cannock, turn right onto the A5, bray on down through towards Telford, pick up the M54, the other side of Whitchurch. Then get back onto the A5, onto North Wales. Either, that's what I'm doing. That's where we're going. So road conditions are wet. It's been drizzly spitting of rain all night last night. It's pissed down quite a bit yesterday. Back into street lighting now, which tells me that we're going to be coming into like urban environments, because they don't tend to put street lighting on in the middle of nowhere, do they? So We're coming up to civilization now. We know we're 24, we must 24 miles from the M6, it told us back there. I watched a video last night. I've watched a couple of his now. I mean, I've always liked watching his stuff anyway. Trucker Jenko, there's lovely Toodles. He's European truck driving. I don't tend to drive all day myself and then park up and watch other truck drivers on YouTube. But I've followed Jenko for quite a while, and I don't mind him. I think he seems like a decent character. Like, you know, he seems like a decent person. He seems like your average Joe next door, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? And I kind of like that about him. Anyway, I've been following him for quite a while now, and he's gone doing European driving. And he was coming back through to, is it Kearns or something like that? He was coming back through to get the ferry, and he was on immigrant watch. And he was saying the trick is to keep well away from the cars up in front of you, so you don't have to slow right down at roundabouts, because if you do and you have to stop at a roundabout, you'll be on the back of the truck. And that's ridiculous, isn't it? That it's just accepted in this day and age now. Everybody wants to get to England. I don't know why they bother trying to jump on back of trucks, because they get seen with bloody, a lot of them get, some of them get through I think, but the majority get seen with a scanner, don't they, as they're going up to bloody ferry. Police come and get them off. But it's tight on driver, isn't it? They try and throw blame at bloody driver. But no, I watched that video last night. I've watched a couple of his European ones now. And it does get you thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind a do at that. I really wouldn't. I'd love to have a do at European driving, I would. I would love to have a do at it, but I just don't think that it's practical for me and my setup at home, because I've only been married 2 years. You know, she understands the job is what it is, and she accepts it.
You are over the speed limit.
I'll try my best to slow down. Doing 41 mile an hour. Just come into a 40. Yeah, my wife accepts the job that I do. All her family have been
Take the second exit.
in the haulage industry, do you know what I mean? Her granddad, her bloody uncles. Sadly, her father died when he was very young. Her dad died years ago. He was only 39 when he died, her dad, bless him. He died in 1980 something, so her dad's been dead like for about 40 years now, and he was only 39 when he clocked off. But all her uncles and her granddad have all been truck drivers and whatnot, brought up in the industry, do you know what I mean? So she knows what job is, she knows the crack. I mean, if you come from Penrith, you're pretty much guaranteed there's two industries for people to go into. There's either trucking or farming, do you know what I mean? So they kind of understand what the job is, the tough hardened people from Cumbria, like from Penrith, where my wife's from. So she knew the script, but I do think if I just come home and say, right, I know I don't see her. I don't see her all week. She's home on her own, sorting bloody house out and whatnot. And I see her at weekends. It works for us. And I don't think I could say to her, listen, love, I fancy European truck driving. I know I don't see you all week, but now it's going to be 2 weeks at a time. And then I'll be back, hopefully, for 3 days. So you get 3 days off every 2 weeks, because you're constantly maxing your hours out, aren't you? So I don't think that would go down well. I don't know how that would work, and to be honest, I wouldn't fancy putting that to her. If I was single, I'd do European driving, of course. I'd love to have a do it. I'd go on fridges. I'd love to have a do at fridge work. Going through to like Spain, Italy, France, that sort of thing, Germany. I'd love a do it. But I'm a married man, so I and I've only been married for 2 years, so it's not going to work that for me. I think she'd get pissed off with it, like. You're literally married to a truck then, aren't you? You're just like a starter motor. Which is kind of how I feel this morning, to be honest, after 9 hours and 3 minutes off. I've probably had about 6.5 to 7 hours sleep, like. Because once you get parked up, I do a quick walk round check, have a look what the crack is, then I get my tea on. I was watching a new video of Trucker Jenko's, and then I thought, right, it's time to get my head down. I woke up about, I don't know, I think it was about 2:30 this morning, someone woke me up. A wagon going past, I think. But I'm lucky that way, I tend to fall straight back to sleep again. Doesn't take me long. But I sleep in this truck all week and it doesn't bother me. I can, you know, it's like this is my home all week. I can't sleep, but I don't think I'm like in a deep sleep when I'm at work. See, when I go home tomorrow night, Saturday morning, she normally gets up at about 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and she'll leave me in. I don't hear her get up sometimes, and she'll leave me in till about 9 o'clock. Sometimes 9:30 she'll come and wake me up, or I'll wake up on my own. And I've been in an absolute deep sleep, and I really am gone. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think you ever fully sleep properly in a truck. I think you're conscious that you are in a tin box by the roadside or on an industrial estate or something. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think you ever sleep fully. I've never woke up and thought, by crikey, that was the bloody best night's sleep I've ever had in my life. I don't think I've ever thought that. But there are times when you're parked in a lay-by on a sliver on the side of the road and you're being rocked half the night, you can't really sleep, and then as soon as you get your head down, you're back awake again and you're absolutely bog-eyed. That's not good. I tend to find that I'll get somewhere later on and I'll pull up for my 45 minutes break and I'll just set my alarm. I'll set it for an hour though. You know what I mean? And I'll have an hour's sleep, like. If you're tired, you've got to pull over, haven't you? But I'm alright today. I've had a decent sleep. I'm alright. I am constantly checking mirrors, by the way. I haven't been calling it out because we've been talking, haven't we, you and I? Well, I've been talking and hopefully you've been listening. Oh, I seen somebody put a comment on yesterday's video. I only did yesterday's video for a bit of a piss take, but I think it's true. There are a lot of bullshit truck drivers talk bollocks. And either this person who's commenting is a truck driver and a bullshitter, or he's just a prick in general. But I woke up this morning and somebody's put, well, that's 6 minutes and 40 seconds wasted, I'll never get back. Well, actually, I think you wasted more time than that, to be honest, because after watching all that video, you've spent at least another 10 minutes trying to think of the best, wittiest, most negative, original comments ever that nobody's heard before. But, you know, to that person, I've wrote back before I started filming this. But, you know, I'm sorry you failed. I'm really sorry you failed that, because I am looking forward to the day when I get up, right? When I get up in the morning and I flick online and I see who's commenting and I have a look, I really am looking forward to the day that I see an original comment, original put down that I've not heard before. Do you know what I mean? But that one I've heard 1,000 times before, so it's nothing new to me. But at the end of the day, no one forces you to watch it. I think I wrote something along the lines of, anyway, be seeing you, just mindfully, and it is a lay-by, but it looked like it were on its side. Yeah, it is, it's tilted, it's half up on curve, that van. It just looked like it was tilted over M6. Yeah, whether right or wrong, this is the way I'm coming. But it's too bloody late now. I've done about 90 bloody miles. Ain't me way, you know what I mean? But we get down to the M6, lad. Get down to the M6. I think it should spit us out around about Junction 15. This, the other side of Stafford. But all I'll do then is I'll drop down the M6 to Junction 12, come off, take a right, pick up the A5, and I'll join the A5 where I would have joined it had I gone down the A38. But I just didn't fancy skirting all through Cannock and shit, you know what I mean? You can get through that way, I've been that way before. But there's a lot of traffic lights, there's a lot of roundabouts, there's a lot of junctions, there's a lot of shite. There'll be a lot of traffic. 5:45 now, do you know what I mean? There'll be a lot of traffic knocking about. There's a lot of stop starting anyway. My taste buds are coming alive now. I am drinking coffee, driving with one hand as well, but I'm perfectly in control of this vehicle. So I'm just mindful here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks in a row. 1 and 2 are a safe gap away from each other. Sorry, 2 is a safe distance away from number 1. Number 4 is actually a safe distance away from number 3. But I'm just mindful now when they all start bunching up coming towards this roundabout, they'll all be up each other's arse. All be up each other's arses, so I just want to... And there's another truck behind me now, so there's 6 of us in a row here. I'm number 5, and there's one behind me, so just backing him right off here, just mindful, we are going left in this roundabout. A50 Cannock tram.
Turn left at the roundabout, taking the first exit.
Turning left, baby. Number 6 has got impatient, he wants past us. He's in a hurry. He's in a hurry getting over, that guy. Watch him playing on there. He's in a hurry getting past everybody. He'll get nowhere because they'll all catch him straight back up on limiters in a minute. But yeah, he's gone from number 6, he's now at he's passing number 2 and he's going for it. He's going to pass number 1. Desperate to get on the other. Desperate. 5:45 in the morning, probably just started his shift and he's desperate. Or he could be a night driver wanting home. I'm not slagging him off, he's not done anything wrong. He could turn left at both lanes. He's done nothing wrong, but he's clearly just desperate to get on. Maybe he needs a shit, who knows, do you know what I mean? No, he hasn't done anything wrong, he's just flew past us all. On you go, lad. On you bloody go, lad. On you bloody well go. I'm in no hurry. I don't want to dilly-dally, but I'm in no hurry. So I'm just mindful, road conditions are still wet, it is still spitting a rain. This one in front's just putting his brakes on. I would say he's more like he's putting his retarder on than anything else, but I don't want to close right up his arse. I want to try and keep a decent gap. There's one coming down this slip road here, a car. Mirrors, there is 2 cars coming past me. I can't do anything, I've just got to hold back. See, by holding back now, I can see in front of that truck in front of me. I already know there's 2 trucks in front of it, you know what I mean? But we're being right close up to it, you can't see the truck in front of it. You can't see it. So if that truck in front of it has to slam on, he has to slam on. The bag crack in it, you know what I mean? No, I can't see in front of it again. I know there's two trucks in front of it, so we already know that, but I can't see the move. Now I can see the movement of the truck in front of it. So I've got time to react if the truck in front of this one in front of me has to brake. Truck in front, the truck in front of this one's just put its left indicator on. So we know it's going to be coming off somewhere. We're hoping it is. There's an industrial estate there, signs for an industrial estate, so there's a turn in here. There he goes, he's turned off. There is a car coming out that junction there, I'm waiting to come out. So again, by just keeping that gap, I can see what the truck in front of this one was doing. Do you know what I mean? So you've time to react. We are now coming into a 40, some mirrors. We'll start with the driving commentary now. It's 10 to 6 now, traffic's getting heavier, people are coming to life now, people are going to work. That's why I didn't want to be going through Cannock at this time of the morning. Just mindful now, just coming into the tunnel, just back them windscreen wipers off, still steady heading at 39, we are in a 40. Traffic is getting heavier now. Road conditions will be dry under this tunnel, but we're going to come back out to wet road again, some mirrors. Just mindful, slip road here, mirrors. Nothing coming down it, one just joined, mirrors. Still 40, still in a 40 as far as I'm aware. Now coming into a 50, some mirrors. Just up that gas.
You are over the speed
Not
limit.
over the speed limit, booked it said 50 and I'm doing 47. Just rolling downhill here now, still in a 50. Just mindful, traffic is heavy. This little truck here is too close. This, is it 7.5 tonne or a class 2? It's far too close to that car in front of it. It's braying on its back doors. Shouldn't be doing that, pal. If anything, it's bullying. It's using your vehicle to bully the cars in front of say, shift that fucking road, pal, I'm coming through. Again, another one desperate to get on. He's probably got about 98 fucking drops for me today. I feel his pain, but you shouldn't be using your vehicle you shouldn't be using the size of your vehicle to bully a smaller one in front of you to shift over. That's not cricket, it's bad crack. He is now over, he's coming back out again into lane 2. He's gone from lane 2 to lane 1. He's now coming back out again to overtake more cars. Desperate, get on. Maybe they're under pressure, you see. It's all, when I say they're desperate, get on. It's everyone's timed now, aren't they? You've got time deliveries and whatnot. This truck just overtaking me here, just a unit only. They've all got time deliveries and they're under pressure to get on. Not that they're desperate, they're just under pressure to get on. I know how it feels when before I went truck driving, I was
You are over the speed limit.
a parcel delivery driver on a Mercedes Sprinter van, 3.5 tonne Sprinter van, working for APC. They were a good family. It was a family franchise in Penrith and Cumbria. They were a good family, good people, but the job itself was hard work and the pay was shit. The money was crap. But they had to try and compete against the big wigs like DPD and Amazon, and you can never compete against big firms like that. So they were doing a lot of the work they was doing at cost, and they was making fuck all on it. It was just about covering to pay the wages of the staff and the fuel and that. They were making hardly any profit. And you felt sorry for them in a way, do you know what I mean? Because I just couldn't see them making a big profit. Because they were having to drop the rates that low to try and compete with the big companies out there. And you're never going to compete with likes of Amazon and DPD, do you know what I mean? They'll swallow you up every time. But they had a good set of loyal customers who'd been with them for years. So they had to try and keep the rates down as much as they could. But anyway, it resulted in the money was shit. They were on 8 fucking blue ass fly all day. I had over 100 drops and collections on. It was shocking. But they were a good family, and I did like them as people. But at the end of the day, I only ever saw it as a stopgap. It was never going to be a long-term career for me. It was a stopgap whilst I was saving up to pass my test. So we're going to be going left down here for Stoke. I'm not going on the 500. L-Twaticus Navicus is trying to take me down to the 500 north. That'll bring me out at Junction 16 at Stoke. I don't want Junction 16 at Stoke. I want Junction 12. I want,
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
So it just mirrors as we come round. We are at the point of no return here, so I'm going through them lights. They were still on amber as we went through. We're going to come this way, M6 towards Stoke. L-Twaticus Navicus is trying to turn me towards Nantwich then, junctions. That'll fetch you out at Junction 16, this will fetch you out at 15. So rain is getting heavy, we're just mindful now, just looking in this mirror, see what's coming from the right, because we are now going to be joining from the left. Not over the speed limit, shut up. We're in a 50 mile. I'm doing 40 fucking 48 mile an hour in a 50 zone, it's telling me I'm over the speed limit. Try to pick up on a speed limit of 40 on the next street or something. Just mindful. I spent all my days arguing with this sat-nav thing. I mean, I don't know why I've got it on. I kind of know where I'm going-ish. Again, this is trying to fetch me off for the A34 now. Not going to take that way. I'm going down here. I've set my stall out. I'm doing down here to the M6. Left or M6. Come off at Junction 12. Turn right. Down over that way. Not over fucking speed limit. Shut up. I'm in a 50. I'm in a 50 doing 48. Shut up, woman. Yeah, rain is getting heavier. I really don't know how much of this rain we can take. Every river's busting its banks and the land's saturated, isn't it? So we're 1 mile off the M6 here. And it's the M6 south we're going to want. Signs out for a roundabout. So we know there's one coming. Yeah, this will put us out at Junction 15. This is coming up to the M6 now. Oh, sorry, the M6 is over this roundabout. I want the left-hand lane because it splits off into 2 lanes once we get over to the side of this roundabout. I want the left-hand lane because I'm going to come off for the M6 south. You might be thinking, well, if I've already set my stall out and decided on the route I'm going to take, why the hell have I got a sat-nav on and then it's doing me heading, telling me to turn left and right and that? I have it on purposely, just in case there's a road closure or anything. If there's a road closure and it's a last minute thing or last second, you've not time to do anything, the sat-nav will then reroute me to... Even if it's a shit route, it's rerouting me. It can reroute me out at shite, hopefully. Here we go, M6 south, this is the way I'm going. M6 south for Birmingham. I'm going to drop down to Cannock now and pick up the A5.
After 400 feet, enter the motorway.
So mirrors, we are now joining from the left. I'll just put my indicator on, but it'll spit us out nicely in lane 1 of 4. I thought it was 3 lanes actually. I should know better. I've been on this motorway thousands of times. Anyway, we're now on M6 south. I just think it would be. It's better to come that way. It's this way I've just come. It's one straight road, and I'm not fucking on. Stop starting. Roundabouts galore, and go skirting right, trying to avoid the M6 toll road and skirting about all round fucking all round Cannock. I could have taken the option of going for the M1 as well and dropping down the other side of Birmingham, but then I've got to come up through Birmingham to then make my way to Junction 10 for the M54. If I'd have gone the M1 way, I've got to fuck on with all that traffic at Birmingham. So I just think this was the right road for me. At this moment in time, I'm captain at ship, so there you go. Well, then you fucking pipe and smoke it, lad, eh? 5 minutes. 5 minutes I've been doing this job. They're not telling me. So we could have come across the A34 there. We saw the signpost for it, the A34, which will run you out at Junction 14. Well, that road's a busy road and all, and there's quite a few junctions and stop-to-starts. For me, one straight road, A50, pick up M6, drop down, be 3 junctions, won't it? Because this one's 14, the next one's Penkridge for 13, and I'm going to come off at 12. Just drop down 3 junctions. It's never that bad on the M6 now, between junctions 15 to 12. It's when you get to Junction 10, you start hitting all that Birmingham traffic. It's bollocks, like. Well, I just wanted to avoid the M6 toll road by all means possible, and I wanted to avoid the A5 at Cannock. I've been on it before, hundreds of times, but it's stop-start. Traffic lights galore, you know what I mean? So, there you have it. Maybe you know a better route, what would have saved me 2 minutes. Either, there's no in it, is there? Maybe you would have had me go M6 North. I don't normally do truck porn or anything, but that Scania's sexy was just coming past me with that tank on. The unit, that looks good. I actually wouldn't mind having to do a tanker work, you know. I wouldn't mind having to do a tanker work. Not necessarily petrol stations, like flower powder tankers and that, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind having to do it something like that in future. There's a place not a million miles away from me at Silloth, Cars Flour Mill. I wouldn't mind having to do it something like that. If I was going to go on days, I'd probably look at going on a tanker or something. Oh, something cushy. Get to a job and takes you an hour or two to tip. Blowing powder out of machine. I don't know how long it takes to tip, to be honest. I've no idea. I've never done it, so I don't know how long it takes to tip. I would imagine you press a button on and have the engine running, it blows the stuff. It blows the stuff out into a pipe and up into a bloody big silo thing. Well, if you're a tanker driver, you tell me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, well, there's no surprise there. I've never no idea what I'm bloody talking about. So mirrors, we're just going to come out because we're bearing down on this wagon in front. Yeah, but I actually wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having a look into tanker work at some point in the future. I've no doubt you'll have your good days and your bad days, and you get covered in shite and dust when things go wrong and the pipe blows off or something. Do you know what I mean? So I've no doubt about that. yeah, it's something of interest to me, tanker work. It is. I'm not that particularly bothered about doing petrol tankers. I'm no real interest in that. I don't think the money's as good as what they used to get. I think they used to be on phenomenal money, but I don't think the money's as good anymore. That can be a dangerous job, can't it? So I'm not particularly bothered about that, but I wouldn't mind getting into powder tankers or even liquid tankers of some proportion, you know, not necessarily foul waste or anything, but, you know, even United Utilities are something to be good. Waste water. Won't bother me. Where there's muck, there's brass. Yeah, something of interest to me going forwards. I'm still happy doing this, what I'm doing, but if I get fed up of this, going forwards, the next venture I think we'll be looking into either fridge work or tankers. But I'm steady away doing what I'm doing at the moment, and I am happy. I'm not thinking of moving, by the way. I know that YouTube's like, oh, are you moving, Dorothy? Where are you going? You mention one thing and other people jump on bloody bandwagon and they've got your next adventure planned out for you. No, I'm happy doing what I'm doing, but if I do decide in the future that I want to change, then I would love to get into either tanker work or fridge work. I would say possibly tanker work, because fridge work, you're going to be dealing with RDC centres, backing on bays at supermarkets and handballing everything off with a pump truck. Don't really want to be handballing fuck all. I'm not a handballer. I want to open these curtains. Take straps off. There you go, Mr. Forklift Man. Crack on, son. Or open back doors and push a button. You know what I mean? Open back doors, push a button. There we go, son. I've even considered tipper work as well. The only thing for tipper work that puts me off is from what I've been told. I mean, I don't know anything about tipper work, by the way, but I know enough, the basics, that you're advised to tip on solid level ground and not tip near overhead cables or anything what can snag up on that trailer as it goes up. So just mindful, this guy in this turn as he's bearing down on FedEx, I'm just mindful. There's a guy come out into lane 3 to start looking at overtaking me, mindful, signals on, I'm coming out because this guy's going to want on. This guy's just praying on towards him, not one foot given in turns. There was a truck there just waiting to come on, trying to come on even. So I just give turners room to come across, but didn't do it. Oh, he's just coming across now, his turners. Just mindful. Yeah, I don't know much about tipper work, I've never done it, but from what I can gather from lads I've spoken to what do tipper work, they're paid by the mileage. So they're constantly chasing their arse all day, flying on like men possessed. And they're regularly maxing their hours out. You know what I mean? 9 hours, 10 seconds off and crack on. I don't really want that. I can't be arsed with that. But I do believe you can earn decent money as a tipper driver, but you're just flying on everywhere. And I've no doubt they will go to some absolute fucking cesspit sites. You know, if you're on bulk tipper work and aggregates and stuff like that, you'll be going to some absolute cesspits. Cement works and fucking quarries and boulder dash places and whatnot, you know what I mean? So again, this is trying to spit us off here. Junction 14 for the A34. I'm going to ignore that, because the A34 will get busy. So I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to drop down to 12. like tipper work can be a dirty job. People think it's just pushing a button, but if something goes wrong, a pipe blows off, or you know, you still need to get out and do your sheet and bloody open your little back tailgate door so it all comes out when you tip it, bloody thing. And you'll be walking through it at an absolute quagmire. Do you know what I mean? So there'll be a shitty job. It will be a shitty job, and then from one load to the next, you've got to get in the back and sweep out, or wash your trailer out. You'll still get loads what stick. I mean, I went down to a place once at the other side of Mold in North Wales, and it was, I can't mind on what it was called, this place, but I delivered a load of iron oxide. It looked like black dirt, and it's stuck all outside, both sides of trailers, which is not normally a problem. You kick it all loose and you brush it out. This thing was as heavy as shit. I was sweating my tits off trying to shovel it out. It was hard work. So what I had to do was put the headboard back as far as I could go, put the mat down and shovel as much of it onto the mat as I could, and then I just put myself on it as well with a weight, and I walked the rest of it out. But it was, honestly, it was bloody hard work to get it off. It just stuck down both sides of the trailer. It was heavy stuff, really heavy. Iron oxide, I think it was called.
After 800 feet, enter the roundabout and take the 5th exit.
Yeah, it just looked like black dirt.
Roundabout, take the 5th exit. You are over the speed limit.
I'm over the speed limit, shut up.
Calculate.
Fucking M6. She's thinking I'm coming off there at Junction 14 for the A34. So she's already got it in her head that it's a 50 mile an hour speed limit down there, and I'm over the speed limit. I'm like, shut up. Pay attention, Wilt. Some mirrors, we're just going to come back in. It's actually a bit longer than I thought coming down M6 here. It's quite a distance from coming to Junction 15 to Junction 12, isn't it? Anyway, that's the way I've come, so it's what it is. I might split this into two because we've been travelling now for just coming up to an hour. What will have been recording for more than an hour. We've got 3 hours and 32 minutes driving time remaining on this run. So we set off with 4.5 hours, don't we? So that means we've been driving for 58 minutes so far. But I was already recording, so we'd have gone over the hour mark now. So I think what we'll do is we shall cut you loose when we get onto the A5 at Junction 12, and we'll cut you loose and we'll pick you back up later on. I'll crack on and just get myself down to Chirk and get this shite tipped. Ferrers and coal closing in on Brock's distribution. The calibrate themselves or to let people know that they're still working. You just get a single flash every now and again. I think that's just like, boop, I'm still here. It's like a peepaw, innit? You know what I mean? When they do something, it flashes twice, doesn't it? They're very active, these cameras, though. They do work. They make a lot of money, these cameras. But this guy's just flashed me back in rounds. So we'll just hang on. I've no idea where I'm going next as yet. I have a funny feeling I might be going towards Manchester after I tip here. I'll cross that bridge later on. Junction 11A. It's Junction 12 I want. So this is 13 Stafford. I'm going to come off at 12. Again, sat-nav, bless her. She thinks she's doing right things. She's now trying to take me off at Junction 11A. Wants to take me on the M6 and the M5. Or towards the M5. But when we poo in, I'll turn her off. This is Junction 13. This rain's persistent. It's like the miserable, dreary, dull, bloody, soak you wet through rain. That fine rain what soaks you right through, but it's persistent. It's not a heavy downfall, it's just a blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's the worst sort of rain, I feel. Gets you up, soaks you through to the skin. Slip road here, there's nothing coming, I'm looking in my mirror. Just mindful, rolling on a bit with speed. Just creeping up there to 57, 58. Legal limit for us is 60 mile an hour in one of these things, that's the law. However, the limit is set at 56, so if you stay at 57 for too long, or 58, it will try and do you for an overspeed. Because technically we're not fucking speeding. Never worked that out. The law says I can do 60 mile an hour in one of these things. The tachograph says I can only do 56, so it is what it is. 56 is fast enough in one of these. And there you go, the M6 toll. So that road this thing was wanting me to go on earlier on, but it tried its best to put me on the M6 toll. As I say, I could have avoided the M6 toll, but that means going all around your arse on the A5 through Cannock. And personally, I'd rather avoid Cannock and just pick it up the A5 the other side of it. That's just me. So we're going to be coming off shortly. That's the long and short of it. Traffic's getting heavier now, it's building up going in towards Birmingham. sort it. Overhead gantries, the cameras are active on these, so sort it right down. Actually, you know, I think were I to continue on to next junction, I'm sure that puts me on to the M54, does it not? Now then. Is that not, the next junction not put me onto the M54 for Telford and North Wales? I think it might do, you know. Ba-da-ba-ba, digga-day, digga-do, digga-day, dee-day, doo-dee-day. Them's emergency laybys. Would you want to try and get out of one of them in one of these things with all this traffic burning down on you? It'd be disastrous. You'd need a lane closure to get out, wouldn't you? What's these bloody signs saying? Junction 11A, 3 miles. M6 toll is clear. It's Junction 12 I want off at. I think you can actually get off at Junction 11A for the M54, I'm sure you can. But I think you've got to run through towards bloody Telford to pick it up, and that's a pain in the arse. So either, this is Junction 12, I'm coming off here. I'm going the way I know. A5, North Wales, Telford, M54. This is where I'm going. Junction 12, Wolverhampton and Cannock. I know this way well, so this is the way we're going. So, yeah, it is what it is. Right. I have been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. But for now, I'm out of here. Join us in a bit. Thank you very much. So that'll be part 1. We'll go for a part 2 from about now. Just roll him on. I don't want to do a 2-hour video, you see. I will split it down in a bit. I'll split it down, I'll get 2 videos out of this. It just saves me stopping and faffing on.